Hello and welcome back to Bourbon Barrel Talk. I'm your host, Scott Minton. Today we're back in the Brock Bourbon Bar and we're Jack Daniels up again.
Not only just Jack Daniels it up, we're blinding.
We are blinding Jack Daniels.
Hot diggity dog.
Brian had a wild idea last week that we should blind the 10-year batch 2 versus the 12-year batch 1. And last week we had recorded an episode, and I have no idea what order I'm going to release these in, so it's kind of weird and funky. I guess I have to release them in order, but that would be even more funny if I didn't. But anyway, back to this. We're going to blind the 10-year Jack Daniels release, which is one of the earlier ones, batch 2, and then batch 1 of the 12-year Jack Daniels.
I think those are both the same year release.
Yeah.
It's just that one's batch 2, one's batch 1.
Correct.
Yeah.
Just like last time when we did the review,
10,
there was
12,
it was
14,
like
it was all the
batch
same
4,
3, and 1.
Yeah.
It's a lot of like numbers to remember.
There's a Wait a minute, you're in banking. You should know numbers.
knowing numbers and remembering numbers are totally different.
Agreed.
100%
Totally.
different.
Then I should be in banking and finance. Jesus. Because I can remember like IP addresses and phone numbers like no tomorrow.
My wife is like, but she's a math teacher. But yeah, she.
Oh.
Dude, does she read something? OU 8127473947894. Motherfucker.
OU 813497487654321.
But she would be able to exactly recite whatever I just said, or if she read it. Like, it's insane. Like, her head is just works numbers that way.
So what I'm saying is that she never forgets.
Yeah.
No, the thing is that, for me, it's totally weird because I can remember random things from like walkthroughs. I can remember things from like 4 years ago, but from like equating names to faces, it takes me like 2 or 3, 4 times for it to really click and always hit.
And I can do that like a boss. Like, that's why I get paid to do what I do. I see somebody, I remember names and faces fairly easily.
I can remember faces really, really well. It's the names that I have trouble with.
Yeah. Believe me, everybody remembers your face.
It's a special one.
You're always smiling.
She is always smiling. It's a big bubbly smile.
Yes.
Hence the fact that I work in healthcare in a front desk area.
Oh, my God. So, all right, number 1, nose. All right, number 1, nose. We've been running long on these episodes. Brian's here. He's a little long-winded.
He can be.
If he's actually tasting.
We love at Brian the mortgage guy.
Thank you. Hey, I also just started. I get nervous by it because it's brand new.
Right.
I know more. Damn it! I know mortgages and I drink whiskey.
Oh yeah.
That's my new.
That's your new handle.
And I haven't put anything out there because I'm afraid.
Mortgages and I drink whiskey.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's necessarily.
No. Right. Sorry. I drink whiskey and I know mortgages.
Gotcha.
Yes.
All right.
It's play off the Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I drink and I know things.
Yes. And my kids know. They're like, all right, Daddy. I'm like, say it. They're like, you drink whiskey and you know whatever it is that I'm correct about.
So number 1, baking spice, a hint of rye, a little bit of those sugary notes.
I get a tiny bit of black pepper. It's kind of that rough.
Yeah, I'd equate that with the baking spice piece. I don't know that I'm getting straight up black pepper, but
like a rock candy. No. So not rock. A candy. No. Sorry, a candy that has
like cinnamon.
No, like Pez. How they have like a powdery thingy around it.
Okay. Yeah.
Or the.
Okay.
So back in my day,
vitamins. What? No.
Oh no.
This is not Dickel, dog.
No. Hey, so back in the days when I was single and ready to mingle, and I would go to the Southwood Irish Parade.
Right.
I would wear a candy necklace.
A candy. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Those yeah, those things.
Yeah. Yes.
Is that how you try to pick up the ladies?
No.
Like, you want to get a chew?
You want to suck on these?
Now you're like, holy shit, he's freaking brilliant. Yeah, you got a sweet tooth?
Only if you wrapped them around your wiener.
Yeah, you got a sweet tooth. Here I was. Not am. Like, Gina would not tolerate that in the least bit.
Mm-hmm. Get you. That kind of brings a whole other thing to a rainbow plop.
Plop?
Pop.
Oh.
Rainbow pop.
Well, that goes elsewhere.
All right, anyway. Back to the nose.
Yum?
Yeah, absolutely. It smells delicious.
And it's...
So wait a minute. Is there any kind of special bragging rights if we can guess which one is which?
Ooh, good question.
So...
You're the only person that has tried these, so...
But right, You have a 50% chance you're going to be correct.
That's that.
Hey, all right. So with my kids, I have a very hard time rewarding if they have a 50% chance of being correct.
Oh,
I mean, they're very similar colors.
I
They
know
are
that-
very,
that's
very
what-
similar.
But say you were going. I started there, and I was like, going. Somebody picked up on that real fast.
I'm
There
nosing-
is a slight difference to color, but it's very slight.
It's very slight. Nose wise, very similar.
So
The second one's a little more fruity.
Yeah.
I'm praying that my oldest did not bleep this up.
however,
I poured them,
Yeah.
so unless he wrote down the wrong number for the wrong one, like I don't know how he could have messed this up.
I would also redo this in a heartbeat.
Oh no!
This is Kenneth we're talking about. Sometimes we're not good at details.
God bless it. I don't- Carl, where's Carl? Carl. Poor Carl. He had to. He did. I think like 60% of the blinds that we did.
I know,
We did the
God.
tournament of whiskey
A
last
year
year.
God
ago,
love
yeah, exactly a year
Oh
ago.
my gosh, that hasn't it?
Yeah.
Jeez.
God, that was a rough day.
That was a
I'm not
rough
gonna lie.
day. Whew. Yeah.
I was not here, correct?
No, you
No,
were not
you were
here.
not here.
All right.
No,
It was a good thing.
You weren't here, but we stayed a while longer. just
Way
to,
longer.
Way longer
But,
just
hey-
to sober up.
No. Not only did sober
Well,
up to watch Kentucky lose to Oakland
Yeah, well, there was that. too.
because
I
that was
forgot
that
about
night.
All right, so I tasted number one already.
All right. Tasting one.
Yep. So Jack Daniels again. I love the fact that you're going with age statements. I love that you're bringing back what you were doing in the mid 1900s. The fact that you've released a 10, a 12, a 14, and they're going older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From my understanding, there'd be two more age releases as old as, was it 20 was the oldest that they had? So when we were there, so what we were there.
I don't remember saying the word 20
I
ever.
don't-
No.
That
Right.
doesn't mean that he didn't. I'm just saying I
Right.
don't
No.
remember that.
Yeah, so Chris did not say 20.
Okay.
Okay.
But when you looked at the bottles that they had on display,
Yeah.
they had something that I thought had a 20 something in it.
Huh. Shut the front door. I
Yeah,
don't remember that.
I cannot
Well,
imagine.
I have to go through my pictures and see if I can find anything.
Yeah, I took
Yeah.
I took a picture of the historic bottles, so I'll have to go back
Yeah.
and look.
Yep. And for those of you that have never gone to
How are
this,
these so right forward?
I don't know.
wait, mash bill again? Somebody?
8488.
And the thing is,
Right?
is that,
Am I right? Jack Daniels 8488. Yeah.
yes, no,
Okay.
you are. You're absolutely right.
Like y'all, somebody snuckered. I was like, did I say something wrong? Like I was
No.
scared that I messed something.
No.
No.
Maybe
I think
just
Barbara
Barbara
made a noise.
snorted.
Yeah.
Blame me for everything.
So yeah,
I
number.
mean, you are the only woman.
I know.
right.
So nose on number one. Yum. It's. I know we talked already about it, and it's.
Taste on one's delicious. The funny thing is, like, it's, and granted, like, these have opened up probably quite a bit more than the ones that we tried
Correct.
last week, but a little smoother. All right. I'm going to sip on number two, get a little sniff on two.
Yeah, number two. The sniff goes a little cologne. You little citrus.
Okay.
And not citrus like going orange, but like the
Oh.
it's like so the sensation that citrus gives you.
Yeah.
That little-
Almost that like the iridescent.
Yes, yeah. That word does not come out of my mouth because I every time Scott looks at me like, yes.
Maleficent, what?
Right?
My family loves that movie.
There's a certain word that Scott rails me on, so it's one of those things. Like
Absolutely.
going as soon as I would say it, it's one of those things.
I know
try
you're
to
going to
avoid.
mispronounce whatever it is.
Exactly.
Yep.
So number two, it goes towards
It's like when
the-
I say esoteric, like it takes me so much to get that word right, but I got it right today. But
you
like,
did.
But like, man,
It's a concentration.
dude,
you
it
have
is
to think about
absolutely 100%. When I say something's esoteric, like I immediately have to.
Yeah, that's also a 22-point word.
Yeah, I can't even remember what it means now, right now. But it's one of those. It's like existential. Like anytime you start look those crazy hard like big words, I'm like, oh man, why am I even trying this? I'm too dumb for this nonsense.
Hey, so number two, what is the Canadian bubbly drink? Canadian?
Dry.
No.
Canadian mist.
Yeah,
Mist.
Canadian.
You're talking about the,
the clear
water,
one?
like the
Yes.
clear
Yeah,
water.
Yeah,
Canadian mist.
Yeah, that is number two in the nose. So what's funny is we all nose at the same time. We're like, oh shit.
I can understand, and I think it's probably more. Excuse me, that iridescent that you're getting, but it's also I can see where it's almost like that artificial fruit that's in them, where that could come
Tangerine.
into play. Yeah, tangerine,
Yeah.
orange type.
Dude, that is so floral.
Yes.
That is delicious.
No,
Oh, I haven't tasted it yet.
Go back and nose one, and I'm getting kind of like a light maple like maple syrup to it.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed. Like molassesy,
Agreed,
maple.
yeah.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of. And so for those of you that don't
So
drink
one is definitely sweeter now that you go back and nose them.
Yeah.
From
Comparatively.
two. Yeah.
whiskey's beautiful in that you could spend so much time just nosing it.
Oh no.
And when you go back and forth,
Ugh.
you're gonna something
You
is
get
still
so
in the
many different things.
Yes. Again, like three of us are in there again.
Yeah, I'm getting more of the baking spice on the nose on 2.
Okay.
And originally I was getting a little bit of baking spice on 1, but comparatively that 2 is going a little bit more baking spice, that I go back and I'm getting that more sweetness on the nose in 1.
Yeah. But dude, 2 is so tasty.
Mm-hmm.
It's like baking spice and it's floral. It's got a little bit of sweetness. It's got so much going on. There's even a touch of like a very tannic, like toasty, like oak, like flavor that's coming through on that one.
I get just a.
That's very good. I'm about to say that's pretty accurate.
Yeah. And 2 is very it's very streamlined. It's very so sometimes in the palate it kind of bounces back and forth and back and forth. It's very fluid in the way that it tastes.
Yeah, and I like to be the oddball, obviously, because I am the girl. But there is a very, 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 very faint, field tobacco.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's mild. You have to really know
On the
what
second
you're-
one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Number 2.
Yep. I don't hate that description. It's not like chewing tobacco or anything like
No,
it's
no, no,
almost
no.
like fresh cut, like
Yeah.
hanging in the barn.
Yeah,
like type
that's what I'm
tobacco.
talking about, yeah.
And what's fun about this is that a lot of times there are 2 4 roasted recipes that go floral.
Yeah.
It's very predominant.
Yeah.
I like that this mash bill somehow goes floral. I don't quite get how that happens.
I think it's the age.
But it's interesting how like banana can somehow go floral with age.
You know, I wanted to go back to the interview that we had, because I think there's a little bit of Chris is a slight mad chemist when it comes to the yeast.
yeah,
and I'm wondering if
he lit up.
Oh,
Yes.
I know.
And
He
I
geeked
wonder if some of these were experiments with different yeast strings, trying to get a couple different things out of them.
Ooh.
I don't think so.
Really?
No. I think he's enough of a yeast nerd, but I think that Jack Daniels is not going to mess with their core product, period. Like, they're
Yeah.
going to blend things to give you a different flavor profile.
But overall, there's
But
not. gonna be
overall,
a-
they're not
not
going
gonna-
to change
Right.
what makes Jack Daniels
Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
But I just think that these
I
are
could see where in the future, like, they would do more around maybe like a single malt or things like that, but they're not messing with the yeast strain. I just
I
can't
can see
imagine that.
It's either that, or I think Brian had mentioned that they at times move those barrels around to different areas in the
Right.
rick house,
Yeah.
which I mean could have a similar effect, because and I mean, who knows what type of wood that's being used, because you could have a young oak versus an more
Yep.
aged oak.
Yeah.
Could
True.
also cause some of these flavor differences as well.
Yep.
But in its age.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I know which one's which. I feel confident. I'm so confident. I'd let Jared suck my big toe if I was wrong.
Oh God.
Wow.
Oh God.
Shucks.
Wait.
Or the opposite would be, is if you get it wrong, Jared has to come in and ask you what a stone fruit is for the next 30 days.
He probably would anyway.
Yeah, he probably would. Gotta love him. So before we even decide
Which is which?
which is which, how about we
Decide which one's better?
bingo?
Fair enough. Do we dare blend these two? Because we blended the last time.
So I say yes, but let me do that in a different glass.
That's fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
this
we've
one-
got a couple extras.
Yeah.
These are not
They have not been used.
correct.
They have not been
I mean,
used.
I'm just going to dump mine together.
No.
Why?
Yeah, let me do it here.
Okay.
No. Because
Smack it up, flip it, rub it down. Okay.
Whoo. Is that?
Oh, no.
All right.
I need your body bad. Ooh.
No. Yeah.
Do me, baby.
I can't wait to see when you're schmammered.
Do you think you can? Do me, baby. Some old.
Oh, hey, retail costs. Did we talk about the one that we recorded last week? Did we ever talk about?
I think I said what I thought
Yes,
they were,
what
but
they
I
thought
don't
they were.
know that we ever like verified like 100%. Like, oh, this is
Okay, do not show the bottom.
$59.99,
Do not look at the
$79.99.
bottom.
Don't look at the bottom.
No,
Okay, making sure. Don't show the bottom.
I'm not.
He said he was born at night, but it wasn't last night, Nick. But don't look, Barbara.
I'm
That's
not
what I'm
looking.
gonna say.
Barbara, this is the cheater over here.
Well, because then Brian goes and shows the bottom to Barbara's.
My finger's over the color.
How could it be under the if it's directly underneath it? How could it be underneath the cover? Okay, don't be looking. What are you doing, dope?
I'm not. Dear
Well, I'll
God.
tell you what, y'all are some
They-
savages.
Hey, I'm the one
Cheating
who looks
MFers.
straight at Scott instead of trying to even think about peeking. So
Hey, that's $35 right there in the glass.
$35.
All right. And ladies first. Yeah, madame.
I have my own.
Oh, she mixed her own. Here, I'll go
I have
first.
my own.
I'll be the bitch. I'll go first.
No, please don't. And I can't love on them enough. Like for what they're bringing to the market.
That is a big ass pour you did. These
right?
two combined.
They're my bottles. I can.
Let's
do it.
Bottles.
I mean,
I'm not
with all
worried.
fairness, this is all true.
Yeah, I know. And I back
I'm
up.
trying to meld them together as much as I possibly can.
Hey,
So, I do notice just looking at the bottles that the 12-year is more spent than the 10-year.
Just barely, but yes, I agree.
So I think
I see it
hey,
too.
so aside from you all, only three other people I guess have had these.
Okay,
Yeah.
So we're honored.
I'm here.
finally.
Dominus, Possumus, Povixus, Postmillership.
What?
Ray Stevens, The Ballad of the Blue Cyclone, I think is what it was, or it might have been even The Day That Squirrel Went Berserk. And that, anyway, I just remember Ray Stevens had he was like Dominus, Possumus, Povixus, Postmillership, Tape Random. It was just something that he said in the middle of the song.
Who's Ray Stevens?
He's an old country parody singer. That day that squirrel went berserk in that old First Baptist church in this little town of Nazareth, or whatever it is. I don't know all the words. I just
Hey, I know Willie.
in the Ballad of the Blue Cyclone. It
Nope.
was talking about a guy that was a wrestler, and they called him the Blue Cyclone. And dude, you have to listen to it. After the podcast.
I will now.
We'll put them up.
Oh,
Fantastic.
Here comes tech support.
No,
We're not going to play them on the air, but yeah.
Oh heck
All right.
no!
Oh, is it like non-appropriate?
No. It's
no,
not
no,
that
no.
at all.
But it's just totally out
I
of
don't want to get
context.
sued in case, but yeah, it's one thing if I sing it. It's another thing if I play it.
Yeah, you sing well.
Agreed.
Now, totally off topic because you said bad.
Never.
The ballads.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever watched the Netflix one of the Ballad of Buster Scruggins?
No. So the combined two, I'm gonna let you all try it first, but
Buster who?
Buster Scruggins. It's hilarious. It's one. Okay. Have you seen Oh Brother Where Art Thou?
Yep.
Yes, with George Clooney.
Yes, with George
Fantastic
Clooney.
movie.
The smaller guy of the convicts of the three.
Mm-hmm.
He is Buster Scruggins in this little short movie short.
And he's the guy that talks like,
Man,
Wow.
sorrow.
oh my, this is amazing.
Oh, I'm about to say that was. Oh Brother Where Art Thou is still one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
It's right up there.
George
is.
Clooney.
Yeah.
Hey, George Clooney, if you do not have a whiskey label and you want to sponsor a podcast, yeah, reach out to bourbonbarreltalk@gmail.com.
And now the funny thing is that I think I first saw this with Barbara.
Drink.
At-
What are we doing talking?
Love?
God, leave.
Or
man.
pass
What is
it
your
to her.
deal? I first saw this one time with
Oh, yeah.
Barbara back
So-
in the day, and the other day at the other school, at the other. All right, now you can tell your story.
All right. Anyway,
Hey, like half is gone.
so in college we were in Owensboro because it was a very small town.
Yes.
They let us.
Owensboro is, well, not very small town, but it's at least a small town. Go
It's
ahead.
a small town comparative, and the college would do
Dollar movie nights.
No movie nights.
Oh yeah, it was just movie nights. That's
because the
right.
college would sponsor it. And,
That's right, I remember that.
It'd be midnight movies.
Yep,
You would-
that's right. You're right. Midnight
would-
movies. Yes.
and so we would go in the.
Is this
school-
like date night?
No, it's like it can be.
No, for you two.
Yes,
Yes,
it
it
was.
was.
But about literally I think only a quarter through the movie I was through, and I'm like, and it's one of those awe-inspiring moments that whenever it hits you, something hits you, it just hits you, and I'm like going, oh shit, I know what this movie's
Yep.
replicating. And Barbara's like going, what are you talking about? I was like going, it's Homer's Odyssey.
Odyssey.
And she's like going, what's Homer's Odyssey?
I did.
That's crazy. All right.
Did you know that?
So
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh Brother Where Art Thou is basically a replicate of a modern day Homer's Odyssey.
Hey, and now our listeners are like, all right, hang on, I got to check this out.
Nick went full circle right there, full circle.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the
Absolutely.
bourbon.
Back-
Hey, so I also went full circle in that I poured this, I passed it around, and now it's back in my hands.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It is much more rye forward than I was expecting.
Agreed.
was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really was.
Got a lot of baking spice, a little bit of floral note. Loses a lot of the sweetness mixing the two together.
Yeah, it
Not
does.
the same blend we tried when we tried blending the other three.
Correct.
But it raises its viscosity.
It absolutely did.
Yeah.
It's definitely creamier, got a little bit more mouthfeel, a little more chew.
Finish.
Yeah,
Less
mid.
interesting.
Yeah, less interesting than what either one of these pours are by themselves. Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, I'm gonna choose which one I like the best
Okay.
between this one.
We'll
which
say
is
we'll say left and right.
green or pink.
Yeah, we can go green or pink
Green or pink.
because we still don't know the answers.
So I'm gonna go green, which is the 12-year, as my favorite, and pink, the 10-year, is my second favorite.
So those are your options. Those are what you're picking. Is what they are.
That's what I'm picking. What they are.
Okay.
And then which one I like the best.
Okay. Alrighty.
All right.
Messed up Nick's whole thought process.
I know. He's like
All right. Hey,
fluff.
yeah. So our
What he's doing is he's like, is Scott right, or do
Yeah.
I disagree with
yeah
him?
our local IT guy.
So
He had to go beep 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 boop, beep boop, beep boop.
well, the thing was is that I will say that on the pink, I really enjoyed the nose a lot more than I did green.
100%.
I'm trying to evaluate, which I think each was unique in it from a taste standpoint, and I'm trying to figure out which I want better because I think both are very close, and I think green barely edges out the pink, but I just enjoy the nose so much more on the pink.
So you're going to go pink overall because you like the nose and it's just as tasty is what you're saying.
Yes,
Okay, so you're pink then green.
yeah.
So the second question is, which one is the 10, which one's the 12?
I think the pink is 10, green is 12.
Okay, so you're agreeing with me.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Barb,
I'm going with green first.
12 first, okay.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm being confident. So do you think it's
Yeah.
the 10 or the 12 then? That's
I
the
really
question.
think it's the 10.
You think it's the 10?
I think it's the 10.
Yeah.
And I think pink is the 12.
You think the pink is the 12. All right.
I know. God, I hate these. You're all looking at me.
Well, everybody's answered.
Tell you
so
what,
it's you.
yeah.
At Brian, the mortgage guy.
Yeah. All right. Hey, so the green, which is the one on the left, like no,
No, green is the
Green's
one on the right.
my green is on the left.
Well, both of
Well,
yours
you
on the
probably
left.
moved
Well,
them.
then you fucking moved them.
All right, so green. Yeah,
Green.
Yeah, up yours with the left or the right.
Bring
I know
it
I
on.
said it.
Up your
So
rose,
green
nose with a rubber hose.
Like, so I really enjoy the nose. It's apple blossom. It's got all that going on, but it's a little less like bourbon-esque than than what I'm typically drawn to.
Yeah,
Okay.
Like I prefer pink.
you prefer pink.
Yeah, but I think
So does everybody prefer pink but me?
yeah, but I
No,
No,
I was
Barbara
green.
was green. Okay.
Hey,
You unfortunately agreed with
How
Barbara.
what is going on, Nick?
I don't know.
yeah.
Last couple of
I'll say,
times, too.
Here's what they say. I'm getting over a cold, so I have some.
Okay, he may be a little
I'm
compromised.
a little off.
Oh, you're off. Okay.
Yeah.
But green is tenure to me.
Listen, I'm never off.
Only, hey, only because
Are you
last
sure you're agreeing with Barbara?
Well, listen, it's a possibility.
yeah.
Or maybe Barbara's agreeing with me finally.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just it. I don't know.
Meh.
And the reason why I think the green one is the 10-year,
Uh-huh.
when we tried the 10-year last time, it was much more floral, aromatic, and it had all that going on.
So you're cheating off of previous knowledge, is what you're telling me.
It's not a cheat if it's knowledge.
Cheat.
No,
cheat code.
no.
All right. Anyway, so you think the 10-year is green, and you think the 12-year is pink, is what you're
Yes.
saying, and that's what both of you think. And me
Yes.
and Nick think pink is 10, green is 12.
All right.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
those of us with feminine qualities think the 10-year is green.
Okay. I'm gonna raise up. I'm gonna raise up one of these bottles. I'm gonna
Alrighty.
raise up what I believe is green, which is the 12-year.
Gotta
Okay.
rise
And I'm
up.
going to celebrate pink, pink, pink,
If
pink.
this is green, you all owe us. Are you ready?
What do we owe you?
I don't know. We'll figure that out later. You can owe Nick something later. Brian, me and him will have to figure something out.
Whatever.
It can be the same thing.
All right. Yeah. I'm out of here.
Might be a really nice cocktail. Anyway. Cocktails, just let them roll. All right.
All right.
I'm telling you, this is green.
All right. You're about to raise up the 12. 3, 2, 1. 12 is green.
Green.
Just make sure Kenny didn't fuck this up. Is this pink?
Yes.
No, that's orange.
Anyway, all right. So
All right, Scott Nick one.
Oh,
Fluff.
so
Hey, I'll say this: it's interesting how the nose kind of flip flops.
Yeah.
to me, how I felt like the 12-year was the 12-year was A, it's slightly darker, and then B, it was just slightly hotter. Mm-hmm. And then I didn't like, there was enough floral on both. There was enough baking spice on both. They both had good age qualities. Like there was enough oak on each one of them that I couldn't distinguish enough there. But the color and the heat, I could just tell just a slight enough differential. So unless the 12-year to me, like what drank way below proof, they're like, that's how I could tell the difference. But that's just, I don't know.
And at retail, these are winners all day long.
Well, what were the retail? We talked about it a little bit, but I didn't know that we ever verified.
Hey, so my 12-year, I paid $113 each.
Okay. So
Okay.
And for my
Not bad.
10-year, I paid, I think
is that
it was
after tax?
No.
Or is that before tax?
Yeah, before
like
tax.
$112.99.
Yep. Actually, yes, it was.
That's a weird ass MSRP. Is
Well,
that what the MSRP is, or is it just that's just
no,
the
the-
random
well,
thing
that was
somebody's
further.
charging? Okay.
Yeah, and then my 10-year was $89.99.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the
those.
10-year especially. That's
Yeah.
money for $89.99.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, so we never talk about secondary. Do you all do you have an
We
idea?
absolutely talk about secondary.
Well,
It's just it's
well, all right. So the 10-year, what would you pay secondary for each? I know different. Let's go. Oh, I know. You're
for one, I don't dabble in secondary that much.
Yeah.
Secondly, like, so you're asking me. So in that retrospect, you're going to ask me, and I'm going to tell you what I think these bottles could possibly be worth.
yeah.
I would say the 10-year is probably. I would probably pay upwards of $125 to $150
Okay.
for that bottle. For the 12-year, I probably am going to pay maybe slightly more. So like 130 to 160, 175.
Yep.
Like I'm not, and I wouldn't be mad if I paid that for either one of them, but the price points that they have them at is probably the right price point, if not a little cheaper. I think the MSRP, honestly, should probably be $79.99 on the 10-year, and the 12-year should probably be $99.99.
Yeah. And
I would
think-
agree with that.
Yeah. And it's like, so like locally.
But everything's gotten so fucking crazy. I
yeah.
cursed. Oh,
I know. So locally, so the 10-year, they're going for about 150,
okay.
and the 12-year about 190.
Well, so I was in the
Okay.
ballpark.
Yeah.
Because I had no idea what they were secondary, to be honest with you. That's funny.
Yep. And they're again like kudos to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
They've-
I mean,
they've-
solid
they've
pours
created-
both.
They've created a stir outside of Coy Hill,
Yeah.
which is a positive thing.
100%. Yes. I also think that they kind of needed that because the first Coy Hills, like the proof was incredibly high. And then to roll out with the proof that's under 125 with the orange label and all that.
Yep.
So this is it's a wonderful follow-up.
Absolutely.
So, do we know what the 14-year might be going for since that's a new release? You think that's going 150?
Oh, MSRP it probably is.
Yeah, retail. Yeah, so retail is supposed to be 150. Secondary is up to 450.
$450.
Wow.
So what's fun is
I mean, that thing's good. I don't know that
Oh,
it's
yeah, I don't know.
$450.
No,
So
it's
what-
not
I don't know
450.
But then
about
again,
that.
like some of those Coy Hills go up, they're north of 900.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yep. Yeah. Like so
And they're
the
375s. So that's like really paying $1,800 for a
Yep.
bottle.
yeah that's stupid money.
Fudge.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, it's
That
yeah.
is
That's
pretty
King
stupid.
of Kentucky money. And like,
Yeah.
That's 16,
I don't
17
think
years.
I've had any Coy Hill, and I've had probably about 5. I don't think I've had any of them that I would even put in the same stratosphere as a cock.
Yep. I always refer to as like my tax bracket.
As a what?
Cock, King of Kentucky. The KOK.
Yeah. Yep. So and even at 450, like I can trade something for it.
Right.
But I mean, it's in the same ballpark as Russell's 15,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
secondary wise.
Yeah.
Part of it is it's got all the hype. It's put out at a barrel proof, but it's also the 14. It's a 700 milliliter.
Oof.
Yeah. Are
700 mils.
are these 750 or 700? Because like their bottle, it's
These are 700s.
okay.
Yeah, they're both 7s.
You know what? I never even noticed.
Yeah, they're 700s. They
Right on.
look like they're 750s. They're
Yeah.
squat enough that they look wide enough that makes sense. But honestly, let's look on the mathematical side. 50 mils is not much.
Airplane bottle.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I mean, 50
You
mils
could-
isn't much, but the thing is that after you make what?
Oh yeah, 2,500 barrels, right? I mean, you got a lot of extra bottles out of 50 mil each.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
the flip side is that the amount of extra labor that it costs to fill that many more bottles,
Yeah.
it's like there's not much,
No, there's not much more profit in it for them because they're spending extra money on bottles. You're right.
but it's on more shelves.
Yep.
In more places, in more hands, in more bars.
Yep.
And all that.
Yep.
Good good stuff.
Fair enough.
Absolutely.
That's our episode of Bird Barrel Talk. If you want to find us, you can find us on Facebook, the Instagram, or the X. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. That way you get those episodes as soon as they drop on Sunday morning. You can email all your hot questions, this bourbonbarreltalk@gmail.com. I almost give my personal email address.
Do it.
I mean, not that I care if they send it to scott.minton31@gmail.com. I don't really care if they do. I mean, you can do it. Send me an email personally. I don't care. Just don't send any like weird things like pics or anything. I don't need any of that nonsense. Don't need to go to jail. But anyway, that's our episode of Bird Barrel Talk. We appreciate you. Thanks so much. This is the Brox, B. Phil, and Scott signing off. Peace.
Peace out.
To infinity.